What's up, y'all? It's Tuesday. I hope everybody woke up happy and healthy, so let's go ahead and get down. And I want to talk about Jesse Jackson Jr. because he aimed a few choice words at the three former presidents, Barrack, Bill, and Biden. And we also know that Kamala spoke at Jesse Jackson's funeral as well. But according to a lot of reports, the family asked the presidents and Kamala not to talk about anything to do with politics, but they still insisted on doing so. Now, Jesse actually took it upon himself to call out the former three presidents and basically said that they didn't know his father. I want you guys to check out this clip and I'll be back.
Yesterday, I listened for several hours of three United States presidents who do not know Jesse Jackson. He maintained a tense relationship with the political order, not because the presidents were white or black, but the demands of our message, the demands of speaking for the least of these, those who were disinherited, the damned, the dispossessed, the disrespected, demanded not Democratic or Republican solutions, but demanded a consistent, prophetic voice that at no point in time ever sold us out as a people. And it speaks volumes about who the Reverend Jesse Jackson was.
All right, so we just heard all of that, and initially I just thought it was kind of weird that he brought that type of energy, although I do agree if the family asked the former presidents not to talk about politics, they should have respected that, just to keep it all the way honest. It's not about a political moment, it's about honoring the legacy of Jesse Jackson at that particular point in time. So I just thought it was still weird, but at the same time, they should have honored the family's request. Now, with all of that said, I remember in the early 2000s, Jesse wasn't that fond of Barack Obama anyway.
On Sunday, Jackson had just completed an interview with the Fox News channel and made the following comment, he says, in reaction to a recent Obama speech on the morals and responsibilities of African American men.
Holding down the black people on those faith-based.
So it was very evident and clear that Jesse had a problem with Barrack, basically because he said that he talked down to black people. And I remember Jesse also saying that Barrack never did anything for black people or had the intentions to do anything for black people, right? Now, another thing that's important to highlight here is the fact that Jesse Jackson and Trump had a great relationship back in the 80s and 90s. Now, I don't know how their relationship was in the latter years, but Trump did pay homage to him when Jesse passed away. Check out this clip.
I do want to express thanks to you, Donald Trump, for being with us tonight. We need your building skills, your gusto, your rent package for people on Wall Street who represent diversity. And we thank you for coming tonight. Let's give Donald Trump a big hand. A big hand for Donald Trump. I now want to bring forth a friend who has, well, he is deceptive in that his social style is of such an opportunities. And so this, a year later, Donald Trump, for a few minutes, challenges and opportunities to embrace the underserved communities. Donald Trump.
All right, so you guys just saw that, and that was just a couple of many instances where the two of them came together. And like I said, it seems as though they had a great relationship. So this is what Trump said when Jesse Jackson passed away. He said, "The Reverend Jesse Jackson is dead at 84. I knew him well long before becoming president. He was a good man with lots of personality, grit, and street smarts. He was very gregarious, someone who truly loved people, despite the fact that I am falsely and consistently called a racist by scoundrels and lunatics on the radical left. Democrats all. It was always my pleasure to help Jesse along the way. I provided office space for him and his Rainbow Coalition for years in the Trump building at 40 Wall Street, responded to his request for help in getting criminal justice reform passed and signed when no other president would even try, single-handedly pushed and passed long-term funding for historically black colleges and universities, which Jesse loved, but also which other presidents would not do, responded to Jesse's support for Opportunity Zones, the single most successful economic development package yet approved for black businesses, men and women, and much more. Jesse was a force of nature like few others before him. He had much to do with the election without acknowledgement or credit of Barrack Hussein Obama, a man who Jesse could not stand. He loved his family greatly, and to them, I send my deepest sympathies and condolences. Jesse will be missed. President Donald J. Trump. Now, I have a question for Jesse Jackson Jr., right? If you knew that none of these presidents, including the former Vice President Kamala, didn't really have any attachment or knowledge of who your father was, why you didn't invite Trump to speak at the funeral? If they were really close and Trump did all of these things for Jesse Jackson, I think it would have behooved you to actually invite Trump because Trump knows your father more than they do, right? Now, I must have missed it. When Trump actually put out that statement about the passing of Jesse Jackson, he did not once allude to Jesse as being a friend. He said, "I knew Jesse." That's what he said, right? And also, if they were so close, why didn't Trump lower the flags to half-staff in Jesse's honor? He did it for Charlie Kirk. And also, let's not forget the request that was made for Jesse Jackson to actually lie in honor at the U.S. Capitol. But what happened? It was denied by House Speaker Mike Johnson. And if Trump was such a friend to Jesse, he could have overrode that decision. But he didn't. Now, with all of that said, let's talk about why you really mad, Jesse Jr. Let's talk about it, you filthy criminal. You see, Jesse Jr. is upset because he was sentenced to 30 months in federal prison in August of 2013 for conspiring to misuse $750,000 in campaign funds for personal luxury items. And then on top of that, your wife Sandra, she also pleaded guilty to filing false tax returns, and she was sentenced to 12 months in prison. And this all happened under the Obama administration. Now, towards the end of Obama's presidential term in 2016, Jesse Jackson took to Facebook and asked for a presidential pardon, right? He didn't directly ask Obama, he just put it out there. He wanted a pardon for him and his wife and other inmates. Now, the reason why he couldn't ask or didn't feel comfortable asking Obama for a pardon directly is because his father ran his damn mouth. You know what I'm saying? And for Obama to actually show up to that man's funeral, he showed nothing but grace and class, because I wouldn't have went. Now, in 2024, Jesse Jr. did reach out to President Biden personally, asking for a pardon, but for whatever reason, that pardon was not granted. And so ultimately what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a thieving-ass couple who got caught stealing under the Obama administration. They didn't get a pardon from Obama. They didn't get a pardon from Biden. And now their only way out, right? They think that this is their only way out, is to trash the Democrats publicly for something that they did ask the politicians not to do at Jesse's funeral. I do agree with that. If they didn't want politics to be discussed, they should have honored that. But you're trashing them based off of the fact that you're trying to get a pardon from Donald Trump. Now, let me say this about Jesse Jackson Sr., right? Because I kept it classy when he passed away. It was also Black History Month, so I didn't want to be negative at that particular point in time. But I always felt that he had something to do with the passing of Martin Luther King. I really do. And the fact that they're saying that he actually took his hands and wiped the BLOOD off of Martin Luther King and rubbed it on himself as if he was shot, or as if it was a political moment that he could capitalize on, because all the while he wanted to replace somebody like a Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm just going to keep it all the way real. But anyway, I'm going to leave this right here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and leave your thoughts. Don't forget to like, also share this video, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll check you guys out later. Have a beautiful day.